What is going on? Welcome back to the Bro Workers TCG. Today we have a BloomLordmon Deck Profile, so let's get right into it. For the Digi-Eggs, I run 4 of the Kokomons and 1 Gummymon. So for the Kokomons, it's your turn once per turn. When effect suspends one of your Digimon, draw 1. And then the Gummymon, when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, draw 1. You're going to be suspending a lot more of your Digimon, so the Kokomon is a lot more important to be running in this deck. Alright, now on to the rookies. I'm going to run 4 of the Lotomons, one of your searchers. On play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in its traits, and 1 Yoshino among them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. And then it's ESS, your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon will Digivolve. If you have a green tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So, again, great searcher. Almost all of your pieces are going to be Plant, Vegetation, or Fairy, so really good to be running that at 4. Now our other searcher is the Palmon from BT13. It's on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Vegetation or Plant in its traits, and add 1 card with Fairy in its traits among them to your hand. Place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So this will add any of your lower pieces, the Vegetation and Plants, and then your BloomLordmon is going to be Fairy, and we also want to run 1 other level 5 that's going to be Fairy. So again, you're just searching for more of your pieces, really important to have in the deck. Now I run 3 of the EX3 Pomamons. Its effect, your turn, when an effect suspends the Digimon, suspend 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Again, you're going to be suspending a lot of your Digimon for countless effects, not just a few. So being able to suspend your own and suspending your opponent's, that means you're going to be able to swing into your opponent's Digimon, control the board a little bit. So it's just really good effect to have. Then I run 1 of the BT9 Pomamon. This is all turns, players can't play Digimon by effects. So just keep in mind this is going to affect both your you playing Digimon and your opponent. So just make sure that your field is completely built, that it's completely where you want to be before you play this. Because again, this is going to slow you and your opponent down. So just make sure you're set up before you do play it. Then the final rookie, 2 Terriermons. All turns, your opponent can't gain memory except with tamer effects. So this is a beast, so this will not be searched by any of the searcher rookies that I mentioned. But again, it's always good to stop your opponent from getting any extra memory, slow them down as much as you can. Alright, now on to the level 4s. I'm going to run 3 of the BT10 Sunflowmons. It's when Digivolving effect. By suspending 1 of your green Digimon, you may play 1 Digimon card with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in 1 of its traits and 3k DP or less from your hand without paying the cost. And your turn once per turn. When effect suspends 1 of your Digimon, draw 1. So this is going to be great because this will play pretty much every single one of your rookies and every single one of your level 4s. So good to have in the deck, good to make your board pretty wide. Then we're running 4 of these Sunflowmons from BT13. So main, by suspending this Digimon, 1 of your Digimon will Digivolve into a Digimon card with Fairy in 1 of its traits in your hand for the Digivolution cost. When it would Digivolve by this effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. So again, when you're going to go into your BloomLordmon or go into the level 5 that's Fairy, it's going to reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. It's also going to suspend this Digimon, which is going to help you reach the cost for BloomLordmon to be able to restand, gain a bunch of memory. And then it's ESS, before I forget, your turn once per turn. When this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So again, green always trying to be as cheap as possible, going up into the stack. And then now on to the last level 4 that I run, Red Vegiemon. So the only reason I run it is it's a 1 cost to Digivolve. And again, it's 3k DP, so it's going to be able to be played by any of your Digimon that throw out 3k DP Digimon. Now on to the level 5s. I run 3 Lilamons, which when Digivolving, you may play 1 Yoshino from your hand without paying the cost. And then your turn, while your opponent has a suspended Digimon, this Digimon gains security +1. So your opponent may not always have a suspended Digimon, but the effect to just throw a Yoshino out is really, really helpful. And it's not like the level 4s where if you do have a tamer in play, you can't play it. You can go into that effect as much as you can. So always nice to have, always nice to throw extra tamers. Now the most important level 5 in your deck is going to be Jazzaddicts. Its effect, main, once per turn, by suspending one of your green Digimon, you may play one Digimon card with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in one of its traits, and 3000 DP or less from your hand without paying the cost. Again, all your level 3s and level 4s are going to be below 3000 DP, so they're going to be able to be played by this, except the Terriermon. And then its ESS, your turn, once per turn, when effect suspends one of your Digimon, gain a memory. So again, always good with the memory gain. Then for the last two, one BloomLordmon and one Argomon. So the BloomLordmon is a vegetation, which is searchable by all the rookie searchers. And again, Digisorption 3 is just really, really good effect. Suspends one of your Digimon to Digivolve for pretty much free. And then Argomon, same exact effect. Argomon is a mutant, so you're not going to be able to search it out with any of your effects. But just, again, you should be running this. Now on to the level 6s for BloomLordmon. So its effect, when Digivolving, you may suspend one of your Digimon, then gain one memory for each suspended Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in one of their traits you have in play. If you gain 2 or more memory by this effect, unsuspend this Digimon and it gains Piercing for the turn. So again, if you have just one Digimon on the field, as long as it's Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy, and BloomLordmon, you can suspend itself, gain the 2 memory, and then it's going to unsuspend, gain the Piercing. So just really good effect. Then your turn, for every 2 suspended Digimon you have in play, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP and gains security plus 1. So again, you only need that one Digimon on the field that's already suspended. Then when you swing with BloomLordmon, you're going to gain that extra 2000 and that extra security check. So just making it harder for it to be deleted. Then for the only other level 6 is Hydramon. So it's when Digivolving effect, you may suspend one Digimon, then all turns, once per turn, when opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, for each other suspended Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy, in one of their traits you have in play, gain 1 memory. And at the end of your turn, once per turn, if you have 2 or more suspended Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in one of their traits, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck. So again, great for control, good if you're on the back end, slows them down a little bit, and if they have something suspended, you're able to just suspend it, throw it at the bottom of the deck, and so it's some sort of removal in this deck. And then the last Digimon is Quartzmon. You gotta run it. It's level 7, when Digivolving, suspend all other Digimon and all Tamers, then for every 2 suspended Digimon and or Tamers, gain 1 memory. All turns other than this Digimon, all Digimon and Tamers don't unsuspend, and then when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then trash the top card of your opponent's security stack for every 5 suspended Digimon and or Tamers. So again, great for finishing out games, and just really slowing down your opponent to nothing. Then for the Tamers, I run 1 Mimi. Really doesn't need any introduction. The best tamer in green. I've been thinking about maybe bumping it up to 2, but there just really isn't that much space. So again, if you have a level 5 or higher green Digimon in play, you can suspend this tamer to hatch a Digi-Egg card to an empty space in your breeding, or move 1 level 3 or higher Digimon from your breeding area to your battle area. So definitely recommend at least running 1. But then my next is Yoshino. Again, you're able to play it out for free with Lilamon. And so start your turn. If you have 2 or fewer memory, set it to 3. And then also, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in one of its traits, by suspending this tamer, gain a memory. So again, the majority of your deck, almost everything, is going to be Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy. So you're going to be able to Digivolve for a lot less, get really high up in your stack a lot easier. Then on to the option cards. 2 green memory boost. Again, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 green Digimon card to your hand, and then place the remaining at the bottom. And its delay to gain 2 memory just helps you find your pieces You do have a bunch of searchers, but having extra searching power and an extra memory is always good. Then I run 2 Samadhi main. You may suspend one of your Digimon to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, and your opponent's card suspended with this effect can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. So really cheap, cost of 1. Again, you're going to be suspending one of your Digimon, but at the end of the day, you're trying to get there and get extra memory from your BloomLordmon. So suspending your own Digimon isn't the worst thing in the world, and also you're just controlling the board, making sure they don't unsuspend for the entirety of their next turn. Really good effect. Oh, and the security effect, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then the very last hidden potential discovered. It's a green deck. 9 times out of 10 you're going to be running this card. The next time one of your green Digimon digivolves this turn, you may suspend one of your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 5. Again, it is just the greatest card you can run in green, besides the Mimi. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.